Did you know that your risk for developing something like depression and autoimmunity start with being a baby, especially if we have constant ear infections? Doctors remove important organs like adenoids and tonsils or put tubes in the ears. If we constantly have antibiotics in our system and no plan of how to support the microbiome after, this is where we run into a lot of issues with creating our brain hormones in the gut. So I just started working with this 43-year-old young man that is just struggling with social interactions. He feels really down. His libido's even down. He's got constant bloating. He's got acne and flare-ups all over his body. And all doctors would do for him is give him antibiotic after antibiotic and steroids. And these are some of the most important labs that we ran on him. Check this out. Now, looking at this patient's stool test, we see that nobody really taught him how to support his microbiome after all those antibiotics because he's still dealing with 6 bacterial infections. He's loaded with yeast here, and he has barely any beneficial bacteria. And especially if we see lactobacillus non-existent, this creates a problem with producing what's known as GABA. And before coming to our office, nobody explained to this patient that the foods you eat every single day can still cause some inflammation, especially if you're allergic to it, which is going to create more skin flare-ups as well. So we have a lot of work to do with this patient. We want to essentially strengthen his microbiome, increase his prebiotics significantly, get him on some herbs to still handle those infections he's dealing with, and this can all be done naturally. And also avoiding his food stressors will be huge. Because remember, if you have such low levels of beneficial bacteria like lactobacillus, we get such low levels of GABA hormone, which is vital to control our fear, anxiety, our mood. And a lot of these patients struggle because they have no plan of action to support their body. So next time a doctor is prescribing you an antibiotic, ask them to run a 3-day stool test. If they won't, we would be happy to help you guys because this is vital to finally strengthen the immune system and help it fight off infections so that we don't have to constantly be on antibiotics.